BOSA leader Mmusi Maimane has arrived at the Cape Town Central Police Station, where we understand that he is due to lay a charge of culpable homicide against the state. Of course, this comes in the wake of the death of a 3-year-old girl from Johannesburg last week and Thursday. For more information now, I bring in Mr. Maimane. Very warm good morning to you, sir. Outside the Central Police Station here in Cape Town, you are saying that little Namia Eaton's death could have been prevented. Explain to us what action you're about to take here in Cape Town today.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, without any of that, I've just expressed even our deep condolences to Mr. James, the father. And I'm a father of a little girl, right? And never in life and in society should a parent ever have to bury their own child. So I'm deeply, deeply saddened and feel that we've got to act. And so today I've come here to open a case of culpable homicide. And in the main, I believe that the state was negligent. It failed to look after its citizens. This little child died mainly because backup power had failed for such an extent that they were unable to even recharge the oxygen tank that should have been keeping this child alive. So it is negligent on the part of the state. Minister Ramakgopa, Minister Godan must be able to look to these families and the many others across the country whose children die or people who are dependent on healthcare die because of their failure. So today I am here to open a case and I'm asking the police to investigate, because as they claim that people in South Africa, if they don't have load shedding, we will have a grid collapse, we'll have Venezuela. But how much more Venezuela can we have when children are dying? And the court has already ruled that they must provide alternative energy in hospitals, in schools, and in education centers. And Pravin Gordhan has taken it upon himself to oppose the action. At which point do we as citizens sit back and go, this government is on our side? It no longer is. So I want to take this fight today. We've taken them in court, and the state must be held accountable in this regard.
Can you tell us about the little girl's situation, her medical condition? We understand that she she was born with a condition, and she also had contracted a viral infection, so she needed to be on a nebulizer. Explain to us what you know, having spoken to the family.
Look, the facts that you've got are absolutely correct. This was a young child who had a very rare disease. She'd obviously had many consultations, even at Olivedale Clinic, which I've engaged with the people there. She needed to be on a nebulizer, and once that had failed, she got into oxygen as a backup to that. And clearly, because Bromhof, the community that she's in, has had protracted load shedding, this also happens that City Power, the entity that is responsible for reticulation in Johannesburg, also have these extended hours, because after load shedding, many citizens are still exposed to failing substations, etc. And I feel, given those facts, it is undeniable that more could have been done. When I ask that more hospital facilities be given alternative energy, is because this would have been the easiest and quickest space for this little one to be able to go to a facility and get help in the midst of darkness, in the midst of the lack of load shedding. So negligence is something we cannot tolerate.
Mr. Maimane, thank you very much for your time and for speaking to us. Of course, the leader of BOSA, Mmusi Maimane, explaining to us why he's come here to the Cape Town Central Police Station this morning. I know that I understand an affidavit will be handed in, and he will be laying that charge of culpable homicide in just a short while. This, of course, following the tragic death of a 3-year-old little girl in Johannesburg.